everybody, welcome back to Witchtionery. If you have yet to subscribe to this channel, then please do so because we are getting crafty and spooky all month long. And today I wanted to bring to you guys the Little Boo Agenda stamp and die set. I was incredibly obsessed with this stamp set when I first saw it on Instagram, and I knew I was gonna buy it, but the entire process of actually obtaining this stamp set was kind of like a saga. Essentially, I got the stamp set and then I couldn't afford the die set. I went back for the die set. I couldn't get it because it was sold out, and then I had to wait to get it, and finally when I got it, I was finally able to make this video. But by then I had already probably pulled out more hair than I could count because your girl was stressed out. It is what it is. Anyway, to start off this video, I'm going to take my mini Misty and I'm going to take a scrap piece of white cardstock and I'm going to ink up all of my images using some Simon Says Stamp Intense Black ink. I layered all of my images on top of their coordinating dies because I had seen somewhere that this is a hack. If you don't want to cut your dies, just layer them on top, and then when you use your stamping machine like your mini Misty, they kind of cut out the same way, and that way you minimize your chances of losing your die set. I, however, did not get that lucky. That was a fantasy hack that clearly I was just not meant to have because all of my little ghosts cut out lopsided, so I had to do this a few more times before I ended up with this batch of ghosts. It was a struggle. I struggled a lot with this stamp set. Like, man oh man. For my backgrounds, I'm going to be using some Distress inks just to blend out some fabulous backgrounds. I really love Distress inked backgrounds because when you use some black cardstock against the vibrancy of the colors that you use, the colors pop out more than they normally would, and that's kind of what I was going for. That was like the look that I was aiming for. To achieve that, of course, I took some Simon Says Stamp black cardstock and a few Lawn Fawn border dies. The border dies that I am going to be using are the Lawn Fawn Grassy border die, as well as the Birch tree die set from Lawn Fawn, and later on the village die, the village border die from Lawn Fawn. The reason why I'm taking so long selecting these cute little ghosts is one, because they're cute, but two, I was thinking about 4 different layouts or 4 different scenes for my ghosts, and I really wanted to try to stick true to like what I think would be happening in the lives of those ghosts in either the woods or, in a village or in an industrial like place. So I wanted to make sure I captivated that. On the screen, I definitely just kind of laid out all the colors I'm using in case you guys wanted to follow along and do them too, or if you really just like a certain Distress ink combination, you know exactly what colors to use to recreate it. For this card, I'm going to be using the Lawn Fawn not stitched rectangle. My goodness, I haven't used those in forever. I'm going to be using the village border die, and I'm going to take a sunshine piece of Paper Source cardstock just to get a little bit of that there's light inside of these houses look going on in my card. For all of my ghosts, I raise some up with some foam tape, and then I tape others with my little tape runner onto the card itself. Right now the card looks very empty, but that's because I'm still kind of like in the planning phase where I want to get the idea down on the actual card before I lose it. Yeah, I'm also one of those weirdos that kind of like makes cards on a whim sometimes, and I don't really plan it out. I probably should, but I feel like that's just not as exciting. Sometimes you have to live your life dangerously, and I like to craft dangerously, so yeah. From my stash, I took out my monthly hero art kit for October 2017. That card kit came with 2 border dies. They were like a North Pole border die, as well as it might have been a mountain, might have been trees. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure, but I think it was trees, and I wanted to use them for these cards. The reason why I wanted to use the North Pole border die is because the first time I saw it, it reminded me of Russia, and there was just something about like Russia, and it might just be that my childhood was tainted with like Anastasia, but I just kind of believe it to kind of have this haunting sort of look. And when I think haunting and I think Christmas, I also think of ghosts, and I will blame again Anastasia, and I will blame A Christmas Carol for those associations. So for once, I kind of wanted to just bring that to life. And I know that was a really long-winded explanation, but like, yeah, that's literally how weird my brain is sometimes. Like, literally, that's how weird. Once I was happy with the placement of some of these ghosts, again, I'm gonna leave some of these sort of like blank because I'm not sure if I want to add a few more ghosts here and there. I'm going to pull out this body spray I got from a shop called Skeleton Key Shop. It's called the Money Witch Body Spray, and it's basically based on the formula that a lot of botanicas have for prosperity mists, and they're said to bring a little bit of extra money to the people who wear them or to spray them. But I'm more interested in the fact that the spray has a ton of mica in it, so when you spray it onto your cards, it literally adds this extra amazing amount of shimmer and sparkle, and I definitely wanted to give my cards that little extra something special. And if for any reason this card brings a little bit of money into your pocket, then I guess that's a plus. But yeah, it's just so sparkly. It's so pretty. So once I was done doing that, also, my god, that spray smells amazing. So if you get this card and it smells pretty, like, I wish you all the prosperity in the world, friends. All of it. Once I was done with that, I pulled out the hand-lettered Simon Says stamp set. I got this last year, and it's still one of my favorites. One of my favorite combinations to do with another Mama Elephant stamp set that maybe I might do for this series if I run out of content. I definitely will be doing it. And I'm going to be embossing each sentiment with either white embossing powder or my favorite two Halloween embossing powders, which are Ranger's Buttercup and Ranger's Tiger Lily embossing powders. I did go ahead and die cut all of those little sentiments, and I'm just gonna raise them up with some foam tape, and I'm gonna place them on my card panels, these super shimmery, super amazing card panels that are just starting to come together, and they smell so good. Yeah, I'm very, very excited for sending these out, actually. So once I was done basically placing all of these sentiments where I wanted them, I honestly think I probably could have put them in more unexpected places, like the top left-hand corner or even the bottom right-hand corner, somewhere where you don't typically see these sentiments. But I just kind of went with the very basic approach to my sentiments, and I chickened out. Next time I probably won't, but for now I did. And I just go ahead and adhere those to my card bases. For my cards, or for the actual card panels, oh wait, I have confused those. For my card bases, not my card panels, I'm going to be using Fog, Royal Purple, and white cardstock from Simon Says Stamp. And then I'm going to take out my white Singao gel pen just to add a few more embellishments, a few little stars and crosses here and there, just to give my cards a little bit more of an interest. However, midway through, my pen actually ran out, so I had to run out and get another one. You know, you gotta do it for the gram and the aesthetic. So here I am, just kind of like struggling with the pen, but it's okay, I got it done. Lastly, I'm going to take the sentiments that came in the actual stamp set, and I'm going to decorate the inside of my cards, and I'm also going to be taking a few of those ghosts that I didn't use or that I didn't put about in my cards, and I'm going to decorate the inside of my cards. If you wanted to add a little bit more interest, I definitely recommend making a few more of those border dies. Do the work for you and add them to the inside of your cards just to add a little bit more interest, and I'm sure Amy R would be so proud of us if we did that. So yeah, that's it for me, guys. If you like what you saw, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I hope to see you guys next time. Take care.